Hey guys, this is part 2 of the WWE Top 10 Match Year Candidates of 2015. So I left off with Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. At number 5, Night of Champions. The Wyatt family versus Chris Jericho versus Luke Harper versus the Wyatt family versus Chris Jericho versus Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose. This was a heck of a six-man tag. Now, the big thing was to make Braun Strowman look strong, and they did that perfectly. I love how they build Braun Strowman into making him look like an unbeatable guy. It was just an amazing match. But I also like how they took Braun Strowman to the limit. It was just a really good match all over. Chris Jericho did his part. We all know he's a part-time wrestler now, but he is still managing to do really good matches. He still has it. You know, take nothing away from Chris Jericho. He did his part in this match. Roman Reigns, of course, this was a good build-up for him because his whole rivalry with Bray Wyatt, I believe, was a really good rivalry, one of the best rivalries of 2015. And this match right here was just amazing. The three of them versus the Wyatt family was one of the best matches that I had seen at Night of Champions. It was a six-man tag match, and I really felt like this could have been Match of Your Candidate. I mean, it was an amazing match, even though at the end, Braun Strowman basically made Chris Jericho pass out, because he technically didn't submit, but he passed out. It was still a good match. From, you know, the two spears that Roman Reigns tried to give Braun Strowman to the time when they had nearly took Braun Strowman out the ring. It was just a really good match. You know, everybody did their part in this match. Bray Wyatt had his flurries. Luke Harper had his flurries. It was just a really good six-man tag match, and you know, I really did want Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns to win, but this was a good way to kind of even the odds with the rivalry between Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. I like how it was a back and forth rivalry. How it wasn't just one person taking up the rivalry. I like how it was back and forth. How at first, you know, at Battleground, it was Bray Wyatt. Then SummerSlam, it was Roman Reigns when he teamed up with Dean Ambrose against Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, when he realized himself with Luke Harper. But then all of a sudden the Wyatt family would get back together. Of course, Eric Rowan was injured at the time. But this was just a really good six-man tag match and one of the best that I had seen. And I really feel like this could have been Match of Your Candidate of 2015. No doubt about it. Excellent six-man tag. At number 6, now a lot of people would think that I would go ahead, because now I'm going to talk about the Divas division. A lot of people would think that I would say stuff that's pretty obvious, like Bayley versus Sasha Banks Iron Man match at NXT back in August at Brooklyn. Yes, that was a good match, you know, incredible match. But, you know, this match that I put as number 6, I don't know if a lot of people agree with me this, but I feel like it was a really good match. I feel like it was a good start to the Divas Revolution. Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Brie Bella at Battleground. Okay. On my other video, guys, if you look at the link at the bottom, I put the wrong pay-per-view. I might have to change that, because actually I just remembered that their match was at Battleground. It was not at Money in the Bank, because that was when Paige went against Nikki Bella. So I really apologize for that, guys. If you read the link at the bottom, it says, when I put the number of matches that I want to talk about, it says that on there, Money in the Bank, but I made a huge mistake. It was at Battleground. Same, you know. But anyway, no, I would have to go with The match I feel like could have been match of the year, even though the Bayley match Sasha Banks was good. I like the Sasha Banks versus Charlotte versus Brie Bella match at Battleground. This was an amazing match. Every single one of them played a big role in this match, and I figured they were gonna have Charlotte win, but Sasha Banks did an excellent job, especially when she locked in her submission move and almost made Charlotte tap out. Brie Bella played her role. She attacked both of them, kicked them a lot. The audience was cheering because, well, basically she was doing the move her husband was doing. But it was just a really good match. Every bit of it was good. I liked this match a lot. I, for one, was not shocked that Charlotte won. I mean, let's be for real. I mean, this was when they first called these women to leave NXT to the main roster. I knew, because I kept wondering who was going to take the title from Nikki Bella, and I figured it was going to be someone from NXT that was going to do it the same way how AJ Lee lost her title. It took all the way up until when Paige was called to the main roster, and she ended up taking AJ Lee title. And that's what I thought about Nikki Bella. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of her being champion. It's going to have to take somebody from NXT to come take it. And who did it? It was Charlotte. And so I wasn't surprised about this match at all. This was a really good match. Incredible. At number 7, I would have to say it's tied. Number 7 is pretty tied here. For the first part, Kevin Owens versus Cena. This is a split of 2. Kevin Owens versus Cena, Battleground. Kevin Owens versus Cena, Money in the Bank. Both of those matches were 2 incredible matches. Were absolutely amazing. I loved both of those matches a lot. I really loved looking at it. It was an amazing match. I think a lot of people say that the Battlegrounds match they don't really like because Kevin Owens submitted. Well, you can look at it that way, but you can also look at it the fact that Kevin Owens was kicked out of 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 attitude adjustments. He kicked out of all 3 of them. It was one of the best matches I'd ever seen. It took Cena more to beat Kevin Owens at Battleground than it did at Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank, I put that on this list because that was an incredible match as well. He hit Cena with about 2 pop-up power bombs. Cena kicked out of both. Cena hit him with like 2 AAs. And I think the second one is when Owens was done. But Battleground was done even better. At Battleground, it was kind of like Owens was so unbeatable, you could see it in Cena's face. Everything Owens did in that match was worth it. He did a lot more. He kicked out of every attitude adjustment Cena did on him. The first time he tried to put him in the STF, he got grabbed the ropes. Second time around, he didn't. It was still a good match. Loved it. An amazing match for both pay-per-views, Money in the Bank and Battleground. Like I said, the Money in the Bank one, I believe, was excellent. Of course, didn't really expect nothing less of how Kevin Owens retaliated, which led to the Battleground match. But I think the Battleground match was even better than the Money in the Bank match. Okay. That's what I believe. 2 heck of matches. 2 really good matches. Both of them. Just an amazing match. I loved both matches. They were both done well. I think that Kevin Owens would have had a better chance of winning at Battleground than he did at Money in the Bank. It almost looked like he was going to win until Cena locked him up in the STFU, and then all of a sudden, that's when Kevin Owens tapped out. And that's why a lot of people say they don't really like that, because Kevin Owens tapped out. But hey, what can you say? I feel like If there was no other way to end the match, if he wasn't going to lose by pin, then it was going to have to be some way to get him to lose. Like I said, really good match on both ends. Battleground and Money in the Bank. I loved both of them. Two excellent matches. Man. And I say, that's the one thing about Cena. There was a lot of his open challenges matches and stuff like this that really dominated 2015. And that's why, if you notice, when they did the nominees of Match of the Year, they didn't really put Cena in there that much, because a lot of Cena's matches took over this year. You know, other than Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose's feud, and other than certain things Roman Reigns did, Cena was taking up a lot this year because of his open challenges matches. They were just all really good. Most of them was really good. And these were two really great matches on pay-per-view for the United States title. Excellent matches. Okay. I apologize, guys, again. I really, really do. I'm going to have to make part 3. This should be the final part. And I'm going to talk about my last 3 matches of 2015. I feel like could have been a match of the year. Alright, so just stay with me. And part 3 will be coming pretty soon.